All right, so we got everybody back, and guys, we're in good spirits. You know, obviously they would like to have won the game, but they were good last night, and we had a good workout. And I've seen quite a few of them over there today watching tape. So we're on to the next one. You know, Iowa State is could have 3 more wins real easy, as we all know, in this league, and they've been in close games, and so we'll certainly have our work cut out for us. We'll have to really practice well and be able to rush the ball. You know, I continue to say that, but regardless, it's a fact. We have to find ways to rush the football and maintain some on-the-ground yards. And then we've got to improve in the running game. We've got to commit to more of it and play harder up front and be gap sound and slow down the run. That'll get us back on the field offensively, and then find a way to stay balanced. We all know about their defense. I don't know. I know they're ranked probably in the top 10 in the country in defense, and they're very good on not giving up a lot of points and a lot of yards. So we'll have to work really hard, come up with a good plan. But I'm convinced the guys will commit this week and play hard.
We talked about the Big 12, no bad teams league this year. But going by the standings, you're entering the easy part of your schedule. You've got all the top teams out of the way. Is this a chance to sort of heal up by playing teams that may be not as good as the ones you've been dealing with?
I'd love to agree with you. I think it has 0 at all. We beat Texas, and Texas just beat Kansas State at Kansas State, and Kansas State beat the brakes off us. And it was within 7 days. I mean, you know what I'm saying? West Virginia beat Baylor. So I don't think there's any rhyme or reason for any of it. I think it's all based on focus of the team, each team that's getting prepared to play that week. I think it's based on who some teams have available injury-wise that they don't. I'm going to guess that OU would have played Texas better if they had a quarterback. I mean, I'm just guessing. So I don't think it has to do with anything other than the availability of players on a Saturday and the focus of that team in preparation during the week.
You just said it, but there is one other commonality. All 3 of the losses were on the road. You get to come back home. Does that, I mean, do you see anything within your team or feel like that's going to help at all playing here?
I don't know about the team, but sure hell helps me. I feel a lot better. We need to come home. We need to get in front of this crowd. We need to be in front of the paddle people. We've had great crowd support, great home settings. And there's not any question people like playing at home. You're more comfortable. You know, you're shooting free throws in your own gymnasium. You're better than you are on the road. And so I'm excited for us to be able to play at home.
Military appreciation. You always like that, too.
That's right. Friday isn't Friday Veterans Day? You know, it's interesting. When you talk about holidays, I know Clintworth's getting nervous right now because I'm trying to not enter into politics. But this is a good thought. You like older, not older, but veterans. Give this some thought. We have I know Danielle's getting, no, I'm pointing at you. When you went to Booker T, it wasn't even a magnet school, so that's a while.
I saw you play it when I was at Booker.
I know, that's why I said you fall in my category. I know Danielle's getting nervous too when I start the political stuff. She's nodding at me. So, okay, we all have different thoughts. We all have different political views. We all have different religions, whatever, across the country. But on one day, everybody should be in support, if you think about it. Because some of us, we have Christmas, some of us have Hanukkah, some of us have whatever. We're all different. But one day, Friday, everybody should be in support, right? When you think about that. That's one day everybody can come together on Veterans Day. That should be a big deal. That's just my opinion. I thought about that this morning driving in. Everybody can come together on Veterans Day if we live in this country. But anyway, let's go to football. That wasn't that bad.
Like Iowa State's built a nice defensive culture and reputation, whatever you want to call it, the last 6, 7, 8 years.
I didn't miss.
Iowa State.
What about them?
They built a really nice defensive foundation.
Better than that.
Yeah, whatever you want to say about it.
Yeah.
Is that consistency? Is it scheme? Is it players? What's been their key to becoming such a defensive force?
I think that guy's a heck of a football coach. I think he's really smart. And I think that they built a system I'm going to go back to, because I'm pretty sure I know why they built it in the research I did. Charlie Strong was the head coach at Texas. They hired a coordinator from Tulsa that used to be in Bryle's system. I don't know names or anything. I don't even know what year that was. That would have been like 16 or something like that. When was he the coach there? Because Herman was after him.
14, 15, 16.
Okay, so 15, 16-ish, he hired an offensive guy from Tulsa who was a Bryles guy.
Sterling Gilbert.
Okay, that might be it. I'm terrible with names and all that. So they hired that guy, and they were doing all that stuff where they run people down the field and all that. And when we saw it on tape later, is when they took that guy and put him in the middle of the field that you see in their defense. And since then, however many years it's been now, 6, 7 years, they haven't budged from it, and they've only gotten better and better and better at it. And there's been a lot of people across the country try to emulate it, try to copy it, even people in this league. And since then, so I don't know him. I just know that obviously he's a smart coach. He knows what he's doing. He hasn't changed much. He's tinkered with it here and there, I think, based on his personnel. And then over the years, they've done some different things to try to improve against where they thought their deficiencies were, but they stayed with their core. And I'm guessing they practice the same thing all the time, would be my guess.
So if you have a young quarterback, maybe you do Saturday, maybe you don't. Doesn't matter. But if you do, what they do defensively, does that mean you have to limit your quarterback?
Somewhat.
What, you'll give him more than if it was playing somebody else?
I would say not much more than what would be normal. You can only have so much versus what they try to get accomplished defensively anyway. When you play them, it's a more of a reduced package offensively. It always has been. It's in the
If it's Spencer.
yeah.
Seen a lot of coaches come in and out of the league over your time. Matt Campbell seems to always be a hot name whenever some job opens up somewhere. Are you surprised from the outside looking in that he stayed at Iowa State as long as he has?
Oh, I mean, hard for me. Matt and I have good conversations and we're friends, but we don't talk to each other much. I don't know about his personal life or whatever. It'd be hard for me to answer that, especially since it's been him. But he must like it there. So if all the hearsay's true, I've never asked him about any of it, but if it's all true, obviously he likes it there.
Looking at their offense, obviously a good chunk of their guys are now in the NFL from last year. How different, schematically and personnel-wise, do they look this year as compared to just last year?
The core of it's the same. A little bit different approach based on not having those two guys and then the guy that's playing, I think he plays for the Bears, a running back. Yeah, he's a good player. Same concept, but a little different based on, when they had those guys, they could freelance and do some other stuff. But the principles of the pole plays, the tight end, the wing, the change of strength with motions, that's pretty much the same. 8's a good player. I think it's 8. Is it number 8?
Receiver.
Yeah, he's a good player. Yeah.
Are you surprised, because other people are doing it, TCU's running, they took the guy from Tulsa, they're running the rush 3 drop 8 concept at 35. K-State is doing it pretty exclusively. Are you surprised somebody hadn't hired Haycock away from Iowa State? Because that's an in-defensive flavor right now.
100%. I'm surprised. Or tried. Maybe he likes, they have beautiful fall, winter grass up there that grows year round. Maybe he just likes it up there. But I am surprised, yes.
You mentioned, you're talking about Brees Hall. You might have been thinking of David Montgomery who's with the Bears. That's the guy right before
Who's Brees
him.
Hall play for?
He's a Jet.
Okay, then that guy, yeah. But the other one was a good player too.
Yeah.
Both of them
But-
were, yeah.
And frankly, Iowa State for a long time, even when they weren't successful, they've always usually had a really good tailback.
I know.
And a good running game, similar to what you guys have had over the
Yep.
years. How difficult is it to maintain that year after year after year, finding a marquee guy like that?
It's hard. Those guys, everybody knows. When you have a guy at that position who has a little maturity and he's potentially good enough to get drafted, your offense is completely different, because he can make up for not blocking correctly or a missed block. And I think that the guys that we have in our program a year from now are going to give us that. They're just, right now we're not seeing that up to this point. They're learning on the run compared to like what Jalen did last year. He got us, I don't know, 60, 70 yards a game that wasn't blocked, in addition to his original 60 or 70. So it made a big difference, but they're hard to find. You know, when you think about it, I don't know the last time, when have we had an in-state, I don't know, 4-star running back or 5, whatever, that people have, when's the last time that we've had a high school kid in this state? Just, you know, kind of answering your question. I don't know when the last one was who people regarded as a game changer
Here or in general?
in the state.
Josh Jacobs?
Oh, yeah, well, and nobody even knew about him till the end of the year. Yeah, I sure wish we'd have got in on him early. Yeah, he had that capability, but nobody knew about him till the end. Yeah, but that one. But other than that, like a preseason,
Very junior. He was probably the last.
that's what I'm saying. And he ended up being an average college player, but and this is a bad example, like Thurman Thomas was highly recruited, Billy Sims, Marcus Dupree, Terry Miller was highly recruited. That kind of guy. I think it's been a long time. They're hard to find. So
Are they hard to spot also? I mean,
yeah.
I don't think you knew what you had when Jalen Warren showed up.
No, we thought we had a reliable 212-pound great kid that would play his butt off, and we could rotate him in and get 8 or 10 snaps a game. That's what we thought. And he came in here and started training with Rob Glass after 6 months or something. We were like, holy smokes, this is a real deal. And we had a home run. We got lucky. Good? All right, guys. Thank you.
For more information, you can visit tulsaworld.com.